It's about that time of day again. My name is Joseph. It's Thursday evening, May the 18th, 2017. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter. We're covering crude oil, S&P, gold, euro, and DAX tonight. Crude is bullish, but a recent failure to retest the highs is telling us to stay patient for a deep pullback before we buy more tomorrow. S&P is bullish, and a recent two-legged pullback into a beautiful support level is setting up for a great opportunity for the buyers to buy the dip on the way up to last week's low. Gold is bearish, got some easy clues on the candlesticks are telling us to look for a spike in channel or a possible wedge tomorrow and focus on selling retracements up at resistance levels for a measured move target on Friday. Euro's bearish, but a recent overshoot tells us to look for a deeper correction higher, which may easily turn into a trend reversal for the bulls tomorrow. Great chart on the euro tonight, looking forward to that in a moment. FDAX is bullish with a target up at last week's low, but we have two resistance levels standing in our way, so we're waiting for a pullback to buy more tomorrow. I have another great newsletter in store for you guys and gals tonight. It has been a fantastic third week of the month of May. We got a triple witching tomorrow, third Friday of the month. We got a big day coming out to finish up the week. Hope you guys agree with us so far. Before we jump into those charts, though, and put the plan together for tomorrow, I do want to remind you the only place to watch the full-length version of this video is on our blog here at sidewaysmarkets.com. If you're watching the video right now on our YouTube channel, it's only a small snippet on the YouTube channel. In the description of that YouTube video, there's a link in there. Grab that link and come join me on the blog at Sideways Markets for the full-length version and all 5 markets, all the analysis. While you're here, don't forget, join the mailing list. I'll send you an email every evening when our nightly newsletter goes live. Follow me on social, lower left-hand corner. I'm always sending out important charts, links, and updates throughout the day. Follow me on my many different social media channels. Grab those charts. How easy is that? All the charts in tonight's video, you can have those ready on your computer for tomorrow, right where it says click here to download today's charts. Grab those charts and be ready for Friday. Please don't forget, upper right-hand corner, grab your free pass. If you're not a member here yet at School of Trade, don't forget, grab that free pass in the upper right-hand corner, right? You're going to learn more with me in 90 minutes on that free pass than you will anywhere else on the interwebs. I can guarantee you that. Upper right-hand corner, grab that free pass. And don't forget the frequently asked questions for all those new folks out there, the SOT community, and I'm always here to answer all your questions. If you have any questions for me, hit me up on the live support tool on the right-hand side of the website. Boy, oh boy, these markets keep getting tossed around this week. It's been a great week, though. Boy, third week of the month coming to an end. Tomorrow, of course, being Friday, May the 19th. Now, regarding triple witching, right, third week of the month, third Friday of the month, I'm not expecting much here out of crude or gold or euro, but if you're an E-mini trader, right, equity indexes, tomorrow really could go either way. We've got a pretty interesting chart on the S&P here to look at tonight, but tomorrow really could go either way. It could be a real low volume environment as traders have had a pretty rocky week this week. They may be a little bit punch drunk, right, going into Friday's triple witching session. At the same time, though, right, at the end of the third week of the month, a lot of options expiring, right, asset classes expiring, so we may see a kick up in volatility tomorrow. We won't really know how this market wants to play out until we get our hands dirty tomorrow morning. We'll be with you guys tomorrow morning in our trade room opening up at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and we're going to do it together. So heads up on that tomorrow for the E-minis, right? Might be a low volume day. It's been a pretty rocky week here for the E-minis, and of course the with the end of the month or sort of the end of the week here, it may also be a real volatile session as well. So we'll wait and see what this session comes out and what it looks like tomorrow. As far as news goes, all we really have tomorrow is our friends in the north here, 8:30 a.m. We get retail sales and CPI. Now, of course, don't forget, they pump a lot of oil. They pump a lot of oil north of the border. So, of course, we definitely may get a bit of a reaction from crude oil futures tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Big export besides hockey and curling and the friendliest people on the planet, right, is crude oil, right? So we definitely know, right, that the CPI and retail sales number may have an impact on crude tomorrow, but don't hold your breath on that. We'll probably see more of an impact tomorrow at the opening bell at 9 o'clock on crude than anything else. So not a lot of news tomorrow morning. Again, it's a triple witching, third week of the month, not to be confused with quadruple witching, right, which is the third week every 3 months. We talk about that in our beginner class. So not a lot of news tomorrow. So opening bell is going to be important tomorrow. And as I always remind you, it's always important to go early in, early out on Fridays. Get out of the office, enjoy the weekend, right? Come back on Monday, do it again. I always remind you guys, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, traders take bigger risks. They're trading with house money or they're digging themselves out of holes. Traders take bigger risks at the end of the week. So as the morning comes to an end tomorrow, just be careful not to be getting into new positions, because oftentimes you're going to see a lot of unpredictable price action after 11 a.m. on Friday morning. I always tell my clients after 10:30 on Friday mornings, you want to start really paying attention to all the different price action stuff that we teach in our intermediate classes, because a lot of times we start seeing clues of that stuff starting to fall apart after 10:30, 10:45, 11 o'clock. The key is to trade when the volume is at its best and that volume dries up. Usually, right? It may not be tomorrow. We'll watch it obviously tomorrow in our trade room, and we'll see how late this market wants to go on Friday. Now, speaking of Friday, let's get ready for this Friday, third Friday of the month. Let's get ready here for Go Crude, S&P, Gold, Euro, and FDAX tonight. Starting off tonight on crude oil. Crude is bullish with a spike in channel and trying to finish the move up to 50 tomorrow. But this recent failure to retest the high is creating overhead resistance, which tells us to look for buying opportunities down at support levels on Friday. The prior day high is a big clue on this tonight, seeing the bulls try and fail multiple times to push above that prior day high. Now, in most situations, when we see a market try to go once and then twice and then three times, there's only so many people that are going to buy up here. And so as they keep spending their bullets, as buyers keep trying to force this, right, they're going to have to pull back to attract more buyers, or we're going to have to see this thing really jump, right, to really recruit more bulls and get them interested in this thing. So the first thing I see when I look at the chart here tonight, the first thing obviously stands out here is that prior day high, and we're just going 1, 2, 3, right? You can see they're trying, but they keep stalling out before getting to that big round number. Now, obviously, here in the overnight session, we've seen a lot of volatility in the overnight sessions. We may see, right, this market push higher in the overnight. But in typical situations, though, when we see a market try once, twice, 3 times down, they can't get it done, how many more buyers are sitting up here? You know, there can't be that many more bullets left in the gun up there, so usually that produces a price that will pull back. Now, that pullback, we love to see pull back into this battle zone. This battle zone, of course, is going to be one part correction zone off this spike in channel. All right, that battle zone will be one part correction zone off the spike in channel, but also, too, the day started off today with a bit of a range. It was kind of like a triangle, if you recall, right? And so that range, just like it was a magnet for the bulls, right, it may easily be a magnet there for the bears as well. So the bottom line is bulls spike in channel, struggling to get through that prior day high. We love to buy this dip. And I'm sure there are also a lot of sellers that are still trapped in this market that would love the opportunity to get back at where the day began so they can get out of their short positions, right, which, of course, they were unable to get out of as the market push lower. So buyers be looking for that deep pullback back into that battle zone. That deep pullback, we may see a two-legged pullback, right, using a trend line, of course, coming down. It may also be nothing more than a failure, seller failure, and then pullbacks back up. There are plenty of different ways in which we can find our way into those trades. By the way, you can learn more about the specific entry techniques we use inside of our advanced classes, right? So bottom line, though, is we'd like to see a nice deep pullback into that battle zone. As the price goes higher, it's really difficult to want to be a buyer up here. We're at the prior day high, the 50 level. If you go back all the way to the beginning of the week, yep, there it is right there. Remember, this is the 717 contract today. I should probably mention that. Right, this is the 717 contract. We talked about this in last night's newsletter. Contract rollover, of course, from the 617 to 717. Right, they got that $50 a barrel on Monday, and of course, that's also that big round number. So it's really difficult to try to get excited about buying up here. So as the market, right, if it does keep pushing higher here, the real goal for tomorrow is going to be to get it up and then down, right? Really try to get this price off those highs so we can buy it. Just, I wouldn't recommend buying into that red rectangle I have up here, right, from 84 up to 50, right, from that 49.84 up to 50. So if it does go up, right, stay patient, trap, two-legged pullback, and just keep focused on buying low tomorrow. I just wouldn't chase that move higher just because we have the market kind of at that weekly top up there at 50 bucks a barrel. So watch that. Now, how does this market turn bearish? Very strong, right? Very strong. Got to see a strong move down. Strong move down, hold that pullback. This illustration is not drawn to scale, but basically it starts off with a trend reversal. Will start with a strong move down, followed by a pullback to the moving average, and they're going to hold that pullback. If they hold that pullback, obviously now looking for our own channel, looking for rotation, looking for measured moves, and the objective will be back down to retest that low at 48.38. Don't forget rollover, 717 contract. Buy the dip if you're a buyer. Even if it does punch higher here, keep looking to buy off that high because you're going right back to the big round number, right? And you're going right back to that prior week high as well. If you're looking to be a seller right now, I definitely can't suggest trying to call a top right now because this could easily keep grinding higher here. You saw how aggressively it went higher today. If you want to be a seller, though, make sure you wait patiently for this price to turn bearish, hold a pullback, and then we got plenty of room to the downside to be a seller on Friday. Get to it early. Get to it early tomorrow. Again, Friday mornings, early in, early out. Let's keep going here to the S&P. S&P's bullish and trading with a two-legged pullback off the highs into a rising support trend line. We're just making for an excellent opportunity for the bulls to buy low going into tomorrow's session. Now, if the bulls can hold this pullback, the target is likely up to that prior week low on Friday, right? The very first thing I see here on this chart tonight is there is that prior week low. Now, why is that important? I'm glad you asked. Well, because at the end of the week, right, tomorrow's of course a Friday, at the end of the week, we start watching for those prior week levels, especially those prior week high and low levels. Open, high, low, close levels, prior week levels are always going to be big magnets as we go into the end of the week. So as we pull back on this chart right now, if we find our proper entry trigger, right, we'll look for that target up at the high and then of course up at the prior week low. So excellent runner target there tomorrow at that 23.79. The second thing that I look at here is this bull channel. This bull channel is pretty interesting here because you can see a really good example on that last pullback. And these look very, very similar to what we're seeing right now. Now look how we have the market busting higher, two-legged pullback, back to an area of support, right? Nice deep pullback. No wonder buyers jumped all over this. That is a dream come true setup for a buyer. Strong move up, overshoots the high of that channel, overshoots the low of the channel. Key is uses that support level, right? Uses that prior reversal line. What a beautiful spot there to be a bull. And you can see we're not the only ones thinking that same thing, right? Two-legged pullback into a rising support or to a support level in a bull market. It's a beautiful thing. Now, we're seeing something similar to that right now. Price slams higher. We have now a two-legged pullback into a proven area of support, right? So very similar to what we saw before. As you can see, right, this of course produced that strong move back up. Now it is the overnight session right now. It's barely after 6:30 Eastern time as I'm recording this video here. So we'll see if they can hold this together in the low volume overnight Asian session. But clearly though right now, I mean, no matter what happens in normal conditions, this is a beautiful, beautiful buying opportunity for those bulls. If they can keep it together here in the overnight session, right, they should have no problem retesting that high. Now, speaking of retesting that high, that is the objective right now. The objective right now is to get back up to retest that 74.5, that triple up. If they can get through that, that's why I said not a bad idea to hold a runner if you got some extra bullets in the gun tomorrow. Hold a runner up to that prior week low. But remember, that prior week low should be the runner. It should not be your main objective there because, again, the objective right now is to get back up and retest the high. At the same time here, what if it turns, or how will it turn bearish? It would turn bearish with, first of all, this market sinking lower, the bears then holding a pullback, and go. Right? So look for that move down, hold that pullback. That's the key right now. The key is a strong move lower. That'll give the bears a chance to take it, and then the bears can prove it to us if they hold that pullback. If they hold the pullback, you know where they're hunting for, back down right to that prior day low at 44.5. So beautiful spot right now for the bulls. Looking for that buy two-legged pullback to area of support, back up to retest the high. If it does keep pulling lower here, bulls, you're not done yet. Look for that failure and then back up. Tomorrow, don't forget, Come out and join me tomorrow morning. We'll be in the trade room at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Come out and join the rest of our advanced members, and we'll execute this strategy together. Before I let you guys go, though, don't forget, join the free trial here to learn more about how we trade. If you want to learn more about our trading strategies here at School of Trade, grab that free trial on the website at schooloftrade.com. And don't forget about the beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels of membership. Start off as a beginner. Learn how to run your business like a professional. In the intermediate class, you'll learn about the technicals, right? The technical analysis we teach in our intermediate classes, and of course, in the advanced class, we'll wrap it all together, add in the setups, add in the trade room, and we execute the plan every day in our trade room at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Guys and gals, I want to thank you so much for being here. Great week this week. We do not have a newsletter on Friday afternoon, so I won't see you unless I see you guys tomorrow in the trade room. Next Monday, of course, right? Next Monday, got a big week coming out next week. We got an OPEC meeting next week, and of course, we wrap up the month of May as we go into the Memorial Day weekend coming up, end of the month of May. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. I can already see the days at the beach in the summertime coming right around the corner, but we got to make it through tomorrow first. Be here tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Eastern time. If not, I'll see you same time, same place on Monday for our next nightly newsletter. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.